Hey everybody, Pete here at the Golf Paradigm. Today I'd like to discuss a theory that says if you are lead eye dominant, meaning you're right-handed but you're left eye dominant, or you're left-handed and right eye dominant, that you have to have a putter where the face angle would be flush to the lead edge of the shaft. This one obviously is not. This is an old Ping Answer style head, and you can see what I mean by that is that the lead side of the shaft, that the putter face is obviously behind that, okay? And there are some, that's only about a half an inch. There are some theories that say if you are lead eye dominant, that you will sight the hole. In other words, you'll be able to aim the putter better if the face is flush to the leading edge of the shaft. If you're rear eye dominant, you'll be able to putt better if you have an offset, or whatever the theories are. I'm not a big believer in that, and I'll tell you why. Because of all the studies I've seen with that, I did not see anything that reverted to the fact that there is what we refer to as horizontal angular deviation. And what that is if you haven't watched any of our videos before, that is the angular difference between where your head is positioned. So let's say I want to putt this ball. It's a difference between where perpendicular to my spine is. So that would, if my head was like this, that would be perpendicular to my spine up in my neck, and where your eyes are looking. So in this instance, if I want to putt this ball and my head is positioned as such, my head is pointed out that way or perpendicular to it is, and my eyes are looking at the ball. The greater that angle, the harder it is going to be for you to be a consistent putter. So I did not see any of those or any of that language referenced in any of the studies, or I have yet to find anybody who's a believer in those theories to be able to discuss that. But what I have found is when we got people's horizontal angular deviation corrected, meaning that perpendicular to their spine and where their eyes were looking were both in the same spot. When people were set up in that fashion, we found out that it did not matter if they had an offset putter such as this, if they had a lead angle putter, if they had a larger offset, if they had a swerve neck. It didn't matter what kind of putter they had. Onset, it made no difference, because their ability to sight the hole, in other words, figure out that their eyes saw it in one place and their brain perceived it in the same identical place, was the same. Yet when their head was up and out of position, as they had a greater angular deviation, horizontal angular deviation, which means there's where my head's perpendicular to my head is, and there's where my eyes are going. When they had that the variations in putter style heads did help some to try to equal a zero-sum game, meaning the style of putter head tried to offset this angle in their perception of the hole. So did it work all the time? Well, no, not all the time. Nothing ever does. Is it science, and is science sometimes flawed? Of course it is. But you can't deny the fact that horizontal angular deviation, once that's corrected, it doesn't matter what kind of putter you use. And the last thing I'll pose to some of the people who might be out there naysaying that theory is, in 1965, Jack Nicklaus won the Masters with a blade style putter with minimal offset. In 1986, he won the Masters again with a plumber style neck, similar to this one, only oversized. Now, Nicklaus is a right-handed golfer that's left eye dominant. If he was able to use one with hardly any offset and one with a lot of offset, wouldn't that negate the theory anyway? But the one thing Nicklaus did have was his head, the back of his head was flat, meaning his eyes and where his horizontal line were, that angular difference was basically zero. So it didn't matter what kind of putter he used. So give that a shot. Get your head down so that your eyes are looking straight out of your eye sockets, and no matter what putter you use, you're going to start making more putts and more consistently. Hey everybody, Pete here from the Golf Paradigm. Thanks for watching the video. You can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you want to watch more videos or subscribe, you can do it right here.